Hello, video 3. I did intend to do this every week. I found that I was just saying the same thing again and again and again, so I thought I would give it a couple of weeks. Got a little sidetracked with work, been a bit busy, but I thought I'd make a video today because I am 1 month from my op, give or take a day or so. My stats for this period. I am now down to 155 kilos, which is 341 pounds. Since my op, I have lost 32 kilos, about 60 pound, 70 pound. It's about 5 stone, almost on the nose. Loads of weight loss, unreal. I'm eating virtually anything. I struggle a little bit with anything fried, but other than that, eating and drinking completely normal. The amount I can eat and drink is shrinking daily. I was a bit concerned after the op when I started eating this sort of fairly solid food that I could seem to eat quite a lot, but I looked on a lot of forums. They said the same sort of thing, that it gradually would shrink, and it has done a lot. Eat very, very little. I think I pushed myself a little hard when I first went onto the soft food, and I was sort of experimenting with different stuff really quickly. Had a few days when I felt really, really terrible. Felt like I was completely full, literally to here. Even sips of water making me gag and making me sick. So stopped eating for 24 hours, drank lots of water, made sure I got protein in fluid, and virtually reset myself and started again. Really, really happy with the weight loss I've got so far. It's a little expensive. I have to keep buying lots of new clothes, but that's for the best reason. The fact that they're all too big rather than too small, so really happy about that. I'm off on holiday next week. Probably going to be a bit of a challenge, going to another country, travelling on a plane and all that sort of stuff when I'm still fairly restricted as to what I can eat, so I need to make sure that I eat the right stuff. Being a nightclub manager in the past, my body clock's all over the place. Normally on nights off, I can stay awake till 4 or 5 in the morning. With the reduced food intake, I normally start to phase about 9 o'clock if I'm not working, which is again just a good thing. Body clock's more like a normal person, eating habits like a normal person. Really, really happy with everything that's happened so far. Scars are almost completely healed. And that's it. I mean, downsides. It is frustrating going out with people for food and not being able to participate as much. I am outrageously losing hair. I always had a receding hairline, but I mean, this is really, really coming off fast now. Apparently some of that will come back, but to be honest, people haven't noticed because I've been receding since I was about 17 years old, so I can live with that. Skin is a bit spotty, but that was because I wasn't able to take my vitamins, but now I can take the capsules, no problem. I'm also taking soluble vitamins that I got before I was able to take the capsules, and I'm going to keep those at work. If I'm feeling a bit run down, I throw one of those in a bottle of water, just as a kind of pick-me-up. But, I mean, other than that, I don't really have any negative sides so far to this. It's the few psychological issues, sitting at home bored. It is difficult sometimes. People say that people give you a lot of stick saying that this is cheating, and I don't think they obviously understand the situation. It is very difficult when everyone around you is doing something and you can't. And again, when you're sitting at home a bit bored, you might have a cup of tea and a couple of biscuits or something before. You know you shouldn't, but you would now. You have to make a real conscious effort not to, because you can eat rubbish food, but it makes you feel terrible because you're not getting the good stuff, and when you can only eat so little. I found it's all about making sure that the stuff you eat is the right stuff. I've eaten bread. I haven't touched rice or red meat really. Obviously everything I've read online has said to avoid these like the plague, so I have given those a massive wide berth. I've also stayed well clear of kind of corn syrup, popcorn, anything like that, as a lot of people say they have real effects and real reactions to eating those. The big one for me seems to be any kind of fried or pre-prepared potatoes. I could eat mash and boiled and potatoes in dishes and stuff, no problem. If I go anywhere near chips or sautés or anything like that, it makes me feel really terrible, really, really full, even if it's just one. So I'm going to obviously avoid that, which is a good thing because they're not particularly good for you. Still getting loads of fluid in. I drink loads anyway, always have done. I tried a diet fizzy drink, and that I seem to be able to drink that okay. I didn't really want to. My palate is really changing. Anything too sweet, I'm not interested in. I used to like sort of coffees with syrups and lots of sugar and things like that. Now just the taste of it turns my stomach, so I try and sort of stick to a bit more savoury, which again is just a good thing. So I'm going on holiday next week. Hopefully see how that goes. And then next stop is Christmas. I don't make a big deal about Christmas, to be honest. I work all the way through, so I'm not going to be gluttonous and indulging and eating loads of ridiculous food. So fingers crossed, the weight will just keep dropping off. And that's me. So I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers.